there's an absolute moment in my life where everything changed. And I went into sales and I almost starved to death because you quickly find out that sales is 90% listening to people and 10% talking. And I was doing the opposite. I was talking 90% of the time and listening 10% of the time. So, but I started studying these tape sets and these different Zig Ziglar and Tom Hopkins and all these old time trainers, motivational guys and sales guys. And
Did you ever listen to Jim Rohn?
oh, Jim Rohn.
Well,
Actually, Jim Rohn wrote a program that called The Day Your Life Turned Around, which I could identify with very, very strongly. There's an absolute moment in my life where everything changed. And that was that day that we've already talked about. So Jim Rohn and Tony Alessandra and Jim Cathcart and all the old time guys, right? Les Brown, all these guys. So Tony Robbins. So I started listening to these things and I'm like, and then I went to a seminar with Tom Hopkins and he was selling a program. I want to say it was $195. It was more money than I could imagine in my life at that time, right? But I was like, all right, I think I had 2 credit cards that added up to $300. So I used 150 on one card and 50 on the other. I got this tape set. I started listening to it and I just started doing what it said. And then all of a sudden my sales turned around. I started doing very, very well. I got hired by a bigger company and then a bigger company and then a bigger company. And then finally I ended up at a company called Penske, which was a division of GE Capital at the time. And I did very, very well there. I made a lot of money. I sold a lot of stuff and it really changed that I shared with you earlier before we started that I had a trucking company that I built up to about $6 million in revenue a year. I sold that, changed my life.